Welcome, welcome everyone. This is Axis 0096. Back again, back again. I am very busy tonight apparently. And here we go. Around the glorious star map of Star Citizen. I don't know what's going on with my computer. It's going crazy for some reason. I don't know what's going on. It's being crazy. Hello? Hopefully it quits doing that. There we go. Alright. Yeah. Alright. We're back. And here we go. Yeah, I hate crazy computers. Welcome back, Savad. Stand back and enjoy. Anyways, tonight we're going to go away from the comforts of our current home in Stanton and cover maybe a little bit of an insight into our local neighbor, the system of Magnus. Around this unassuming K-type star, we have 3 planets. Hopefully with more objects to come. We have the planets of Magnus 1, Borea or Magnus 2, and Magnus 3. Again, a super Jupiter. So, unfortunately, I don't do multitasking great. So, pardon the pun, but I'm having to literally Google. So, Google on the fly to the rescue. It sucks. Okay. Okay, there's Borea's background. Magnus itself is a K-type star, main dwarf. And yeah, that's all it is a K-type star. Meanwhile, Magnus 1, which it says is a small rocky planet with no atmosphere, it's a Chthonian planet, which is like it's a former gas giant that it had its atmosphere fully separated by its proximity to the star. The hot result is a tightly packed, compact mass of rock rich in high valuable minerals. The UAE maintains full mining rights over Magnus 1, of course they would, and does not allow contract with outsiders for shipping or refinement. Owing to its own cosmology, Magnus 1 is a source of high-grade diamonds, used both as gemstones and in factory ops. Again, the UAE moderates all sales, and criminal elements have never established a foothold on Magnus 1. After this, we have Borea, which is the terraformed center of the Magnus system. It's classified as a super Earth with a variety of climates and is generally ideal for human settlement. The planet is dotted with dozens of century-old abandoned naval facilities which are slowly fading into the undergrowth. Some have been settled by frontiersmen, while other prefab cities have fallen back into ruin. Hold on. While other cities have sprung up elsewhere unrelated to the original settlement. Subsistence farms cover the planet's temperate regions, while most run by loners traveled to Magnus to escape contact with the rest of the human race. The general feeling is a world unnaturally stuck between then and now. The capital of the world is Newcastle. A recent space-based assassination attempt on the whole of the planet's governing council between 2915 and 2935 has caused the government to redirect all inbound traffic toward Odysseus, which can now be considered Magnus's only starport. So I wonder what will happen if you enter the territory of Newcastle unannounced. Maybe you'll be able to sneak in. Major locations on Magnus, or Borea. Magnus 2. Odysseus, formerly a shipbuilding city. Hang on, I'm going to go to the detailed description. Is formerly an industrial city on Borea in Magnus. Is formerly a shipbuilding city before the UE abandonment of Magnus has been revitalized in recent years with the development of Drake Interplanetary. This is the home of swords, cutlasses, and crossbows. Vast tracts of empty warehouses and rusting construction yards have been modernized and returned to life, building cutlasses and caterpillars. Gangs are a serious problem in the city, and squatters have claimed the rights to many former UEE facilities. The result is an interesting place for questionably legal ship repairs and upgrades. Also, a very questionable, high-profile shipwright, who I'm going to take a wild guess and shot in the dark here. You will be able to complete missions for Drake Interplanetary. Maybe I'm wrong. Does anyone else in chat think that because Drake is headquartered on this planet, you'll be able to conduct missions and maybe stuff for them? What do you think? Can anyone in chat say something about it? I would really appreciate it. Either way, Borea is a very forested planet. I'm kind of hoping it keeps this look from space. It kind of looks like one big ocean and one big continent on the side of it. Anyways, that's it for Magnus 2. There's no real asteroid belt or anything here. Although I kind of think these points of light might be space stations and such. We'll find out. Magnus 3, meanwhile, is this world. Again, Google is your friend. Magnus 3 is this huge super Jupiter gas giant, a huge multicolored sphere hanging at an extreme distance from Magnus' sun. As it is not especially close to any of its jump points, let's double check that, shall we? Yeah, see, well, it's near one, the Ellis Magnus jump point, but that's it. Other than that, yeah, it remains largely untapped as a refueling point. There are persistent rumors that the L3 points of this planet are common meeting places for pirates, though this has never been confirmed. The lack of extraplanetary legal forces and general cultural disinterest in punishing such crimes in the region lead such rumors a significant air of believability. At the same time, Magnus 3 would be a notably out-of-the-way locale for anyone, especially the more significant pirate cartels. Definitely a very interesting place. And that's Magnus. Very simple system. I'm thinking, okay. From Magnus, we go to Stanton. Well, this is our home system. Everyone knows everything about Stanton. Pyro is here. Cano. Here's another nearby system. I might do a couple of systems. Castor I did last time. Let's do Cano. Cano has... Oh, wait. I've been here before, I think. Yeah. Sorry. I've been there before. Let's go off the beaten trail a bit. Oh yeah, Toho. Let's go closer to Xi'an's space. Yeah. Oh yeah. This system has 3 planets. Hold on, I'm double checking stuff. Now, where we are here, we are close to Xi'an space. This is Oya. Okay. The first planet here, Oya 1, is a small rocky planet without an atmosphere. Very little information on it. Oya 2 is a coreless planet that's being actively mined. So this is probably a mining center. Oya 3, meanwhile, is before the Perry Line was founded. Oya 3 was in the process of being colonized by the Xi'an and was home to a settlement. The inhabitants were displaced back into Xi'an territory when tensions began to rise. Even though the planet is under UE territory control, the former Xi'an settlement was given back to the Xi'an Empire as an act of good faith, making it the only slice of sovereign alien territory within the Empire. So somewhere on this planet, there is a Xi'an settlement among humans. Very interesting. And then we have Oya 4. Or, is there a 4th planet? Well, that's interesting. Says there's a 4th planet in the map. But, oh, there it is. Wow. Look at this. Jeez. A small, yeah, I'd say, a small distant planetoid. Look at this. Look at this. This system is 44 AUs across. This is Oya 4. The 4th planet. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Savad. Look at this. I had to zoom way out here. Look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 scrolls of the wheel. It's incredibly far. almost to... Let's look around here. That is crazy far. Oya 4 is incredibly far from its parent star. That's ridiculous. While we're in the region near Xi'an space, let's go to Tohel. Tohel, I can find the right... Hold on. Is a single star system with 4 planets, starting with Tohel 1. It's around a K class, right? There's an M. Yeah, it's a K. Who wants to go for a swim here? I mean, really. Who wants to go for a swim? Savad, do you want to go for a swim in this? Because you're more than welcome to go for a swim in the lava. This planet is tidally locked, which has turned it into a lava world. So it's liquid, no solid surface. You can't even land here. Okay, Tohel 2, meanwhile, probably hot too, is a mesoplanet lacking in atmosphere. So basically Mercury. Tohel 3 is this world. Oh, right. I know about this one. Now, this planet has some interesting lore behind it that may or may not get changed. Okay. Tohel, whatever number I'm on, 3, is an ocean planet of a different type, water. It's mainly an ocean planet. Tohel 3's most striking feature is its collection of large island-sized foliage growing out of the water. Now, I would assume it has very shallow oceans, maybe. The incredible biomasses are so strong and sturdy that landing zones have been built into the trees. Legend says the sturdiness was discovered by chance, because the damaged smuggling ship first landed on one out of sheer desperation. Smugglers apparently began using this as secret hideouts and dead drops, until it later attracted scientists, eco-tourists, and businesses. In 2803, Darla Ebori, local historian and ship enthusiast, saw this as a great opportunity to organize an annual event called the Tohel Regatta, touring many of these old smuggling routes around the planet. The event became very popular and even included a multi-day race that involved ships ferrying marked crates between old hideouts and dead drops. The fastest ship to complete the course was awarded the Courier Cup. Also notable is that Terran Senator Akari secretly met Xi'an leaders on this planet to negotiate the controversial treaty that ended the Cold War and led to the end of the Messer regime. So, yeah. There is one landing zone, it says. Amadon Island. This may have changed because it's not there. A notable location, it's relatively large and centrally located near the equator. Halfway through the 29th century, the island had been the most populous and developing landing zone. Because of the bloom of this settlement, hardline environmentalists argued against larger settlements. discussing the ability of these floating islands to withstand the increased weight without any negative side effects. During the 2847 Towhill Regatta race, the crew of the Janesito I can't spell, led by Captain Iggy DeCarlo, received a distress call from the island. The island was experiencing environmental catastrophe as half the island was sliding into the sea. The ship aided in rescue ops along with other participants of the regatta race. The island was packed with tourists in its height of the season, and most inhabitants didn't have ships because hangar costs were at a premium, so this help was very much needed. The collapse led to increased building regulations on Towhill 3. Organizers decided to end the annual event permanently, worried its success was partially responsible for the overdevelopment of Amadon Island. Despite this, fans still run the route informally. So, a little bit of tragic history there. Take it with a grain of salt. It may have changed since they put that in the game. But, yeah, it's kind of unfortunate that probably some people died during a very fun event. There's one more planet in Towhill. Well, there's an asteroid belt too, so. And then there's Towhill 4, which I believe is a super Earth outside the Green Band. It's just outside the Green Band. This super Earth is plagued by asteroid strikes. Yeah, look at this. Here's the asteroid belt, and here's this planet. Who wants to be there during a meteorite strike? Not a fun place to end up. Greetings, Greasy. More than likely, Savad, they will have kept it afloat with some sort of mechanical enhancements. That's what I'm thinking. I don't know. Okay, this is Towhill, Greasy. The Towhill system. I don't even know what system this is. Oh, the Vitterus system. You can hear me okay, right? This is on the Xi'an border. Not far, actually, from Stanton. In fact, if you put the jump tunnels on, look here. From Stanton, there's Nyx. Here's Pyro. And where are we? Right here. So we're 1, 2, 3. Only 4 jumps away. Thank you very much. Anyone else have a request? This system's a developing world. A bunch of worlds. Oh yeah, Baker. It's a little close. It's not closer. Hadrian, also Ellis, Tarnus. What's in Tarnus? Towhill has these islands that are made of biomass and stuff. You know, like living islands and such. I was about to cover a different system. Glisa. Where's that? Glisa. Look, oh, there it is. Here's Glisa. This system probably won't be for a while. It's quite large. Also near the edge of, yeah, it's in banished space, exactly. As you can see. Oops. Yeah, sorry. Having to check my information. This system is about the size of Pyro. It has 6 planets, 1 jump point, 1 space station. This is a system of Gliese. So we're going to start with the star. Gliese Prime, or the star, is an A-type star, blue in color. And then we have Gliese 1. A planet primarily made. The 2 inner planets are relatively quiet from the hustle and bustle found in the central trade lanes far out. Gliese 1, with a superheated ferromagnetic core, Gliese 1 has some fairly regular traffic from humans, who claim that orbiting around the planet will help ease symptoms associated with cybernetic limbs. A claim that is yet to be supported by the medical mainstream community. How's that for fun, guys? An actual medical myth in Star Citizen. How's that for funny? I think that's kind of hilarious. Even in the 29th century, you have mother's recipe, or what do you call it, home remedies that may or may not work. Gliese 2 is a smog planet. It's notable for its retrograde rotation, which sees this planet spinning backwards relative to the other worlds. Let's just call it a copy of Venus and call it good. And then we have Gliese 3. Then we have Gliese Belt Alpha and Gliese 3. As opposed to the nearby belt, Gliese 3 is a terrestrial planet without an atmosphere. It is more typical of Banu mining ops. It's very skilled to form a shifting landscape of outposts and mining installations. Its control of territory regularly changes hand from Suli to Suli. And then the planet with the most interest in the game, No-Go. This planet has a ton of lore on it. I mean, be prepared, guys. This planet alone has a ton of lore. This is No-Go, or Gliese 4. Hold on. When humans first arrived in Gliese, they were shocked to discover a fully terraformed utopia that is zero Banu living on it. With lush forests and green hills, Gliese 4 seemed ripe for settlement, and at one point the Banu themselves must have thought so too. Much of the planet's surface features the decaying ruins of ancient civilizations left untouched. Sorry, I had to take a drink. When asked why the planet is left untouched, most Banu simply replied they weren't supposed to go there. This common refrain has earned the planet the nickname No-Go amongst humans visiting the system. With the Banu's unique view of history, to them it is not important why the world must be left untouched, but rather that it should be. Kind of unusual. It makes you wonder what's going on there, doesn't it? When you think about it. A scientific analysis revealed no obvious reasons why the planet would be dangerous. Several human colonies decided to stake claim on the world and are thus far finding success making a life for themselves. They even have brisk trade with the nearby Lyris flotilla, whose inhabitants have rapturous appetites for fresh produce grown on the planet. Several notable human xenoarchaeologists have dedicated themselves to exploring the Banu ruins on the world to discover the truth of what forced the Banu into space, away from the planet. Not everything is completely idyllic on No-Go, as images of the beautiful landscape would have you believe. Several outlaw groups have established themselves here, taking advantage of the lack of a formal government and military to prosper, especially Banu mercenaries, since Banu mercenaries will not enter the atmosphere. However, new information has come to light that may be giving those using Gliese Forts a hideout second thoughts. A recent declassification under the Historical Truce Act has revealed that the UE utilized a secret program called Eclipse to target a particularly dangerous group living on the world with elite stealth bombers. Okay, ever wonder what an uninhabited planet looks like? Traverse the unkempt wilds of Gliese 4. Perfectly habitable to humans and Banu, but completely unoccupied. End quote. UEE Diplomatic Corps, a guide to visiting the Banu Protectorate. Orbiting this planet, No-Go, is the Lyris flotilla. Okay. Is a mobile cluster of space stations and ships organized by Banu traders. A collection of starships and permanently docked ships believed to have been established after the Banu abandoned Gliese 4. It's become the main hub of business and trade in Gliese, servicing the many miners, haulers, and travelers who move through the system. The heart of commerce in the system, Lyris flotilla is comprised of a semi-permanent mooring of various stations and large vessels that form a massive trading hub. Almost all ore and other resources collected in the system pass through Lyris on their way to a dozen other systems. Ugh. With so many visitors stopping at the flotilla every day, there's an incredible melee of food, shopping, and entertainment to be found throughout its various wings and halls. By dating some of the oldest structures which are part of the flotilla, it is theorized that the first ships gathered here when Gliese 4 was first vacated, eventually forming into the structure that exists today. Something happened on Gliese 4. I'm wondering. Interesting. If you have ever wondered where all the losing shirts for the Saddleball Championship wind up, then you, my friend, have never been to Lyris. It's like Banu there all live in some amazing alternate universe where the Jumpers won in 39. Tobias Doppner tells the Truth Commentary Special 2942. I know I'm mispronouncing that name. You can slap me later. Yeah, I love mysteries too. It's kind of hilarious. Anywho, There's a traveler's warning. Many stalls in the Lyris market offered visitors a drink from their slow matin, a large ornate brewing vessel as part of the traditional deal-making process. It is recommended that pilots who have sampled Slomadon wait a few hours before flying, as some of the ingredients can have a delayed, intoxicating effect on humans that may not be apparent at first. So, yeah, don't drink and fly, kids. Please don't. Yeah. Okay. I mean, does it really need to be said? But yeah. Gliese Belt Beta is just outside Nogo's orbit. After that, we have Gliese 4 and Gliese Cluster Gamma. Let's go to Gliese 5, which is my typical favorite type of planet. It's a gas giant. Thick clouds of dense water vapor cover the surface of this warm gas giant, which is dotted by orbiting condensers. Human Corporation Terra Guerra uses Gliese 5 as a source for their line of bottled water, and claim that its natural purity is unmatched in the entire empire. Okay, so they're Aquafina? Maybe? Kind of funny. Gliese Belt Gamma. Sparse asteroid clusters still being actively mined. After this planet, Gliese 5, we have Gliese 6. The final stop before leaving this system, this distant and barren protoplanet is littered with luck offerings led by new trade Sulis before starting their first journey. So it's kind of like a well-wishing stop, I guess you could say. Very interesting. Anyways, I'll probably do one more and call it for tonight. Let's find a different system. That was Gliese. Okay. Just past Ellis, which I did yesterday, I believe. Let's do Min. This system is small and not very complicated. Look how tiny this system is. Welcome to Min. One of the smallest systems in the game. This system is unique among human systems in that its main focus is not around a star, but a rogue gas giant with 4 orbiting moons. The system lacks resources and much of interest, but still, life has found a way to inhabit this system. Bioluminescent bacteria exist on Min 1b, and a small group of settlers have even established an encampment here. Discovered in 2473 and is an unlikely nexus of jump points, the tiny system of Min is an anomaly, as most known jump points converge around stars. It is therefore a scientific mystery how Min acquired them. Starting with the giant planet in the middle, Min 1 is a gas giant dominated by ammonia clouds. Unattached to any known star, it is drifting through space, pulling its 4 moons with it. Hang on. Min 1 is of Jupiter mass and generates its own heat via the Kelvin-Helmholtz mechanism, which means means that as the surface of the planet cools, the pressure of the planet drops and the surface shrinks, which in turn heats the core of the planet, 600 Kelvin range. So it probably glows a little bit, like a brown dwarf. The first moon of this system is Min 1A. An uninhabited rocky moon that was strip mined long ago. It's unknown whether this moon formed from the accretion disk that created Min 1 or is picked up along the rogue planet's journey through space. Then the king of the system, Min 1B, is the largest moon orbiting the rogue planet. It has a thin atmosphere and is surprisingly warm because of the thermal heating produced by its eccentric orbit around Min 1. The moon even has bioluminescent bacteria living near the hydrothermal vents at the bottom of its vast oceans. Over the years, a small encampment of settlers have set up residence here. Despite not being ideal for human habitation, a couple of settlements have been built there. These are at risk due to ongoing debate as to whether Min 1B should be placed under the Fair Chance Act. Cynics say the reason it hasn't happened is there aren't any valuable resources here, since the entire system was strip mined a long time ago. Scientists, meanwhile, on Min 1B, nonetheless are engaged in researching the native bioluminescent bacteria. So, I'm very interested in this moon. Min 1C is the smallest moon in orbit around Min 1. It lacks both an atmosphere and resources. Pretty much just a dead rock in space. And after that, we go to Min 1D, the outermost moon. A moon whose landscape is dotted with impact craters, of potential interest in researching the geologic history of the system. Now, of note, it doesn't say how big this system is, but it's tiny. From what I understand, it's only 1 AU across. Tiny, tiny solar system. I actually think it might be smaller. It says 1 AU, but I doubt it. It only has 2 jump points. One to Nexus, one to Ellis, Space Caribbean. So yeah, this system is very interesting. Especially so close to Stanton. Min is here. Jump to Ellis. It's 1 jump. Jump to Magnus. It's 2. Wait. Stanton. There we go. It's only 1, 2, 3 jumps away from us. On the map. They do Cano yet? No. One more system. This is Cano. The final system I'm going to do tonight. I know everyone's been entertained so far. Cano is around a G-type star, much like our sun. It is 10 AUs across, so it's pretty small. Cano 1 is super close to the star. Look at this. It's another very hot, very close to the star planet. This is a tightly locked mesoplanet, rapidly orbiting its central star. There's an abundance of crystalline formations along its crust near the terminator, caused by oversaturated molten material flowing toward the dark side of the world. Extra material is ejected as it cools and helps to continue the growth of these beautiful structures. Unfortunately, the inhospitable environment makes visiting these natural wonders quite difficult. Cano 1 has been called a literal tourist trap in recent years, with those visiting the planet to get a look at its natural beauty frequently becoming stranded. With 3 deaths already this year, it is recommended those wishing to join the vistas do so via Simpod. So, yes, be very careful, fans. Your ship may or may not be equipped to protect you. The first planet, Curtiana, located on the edge. Located on the edge of the habitable zone, Curtiana is a classic water world. Fortunately, its planetary axis keeps the northern hemisphere away from the sun, which allowed for the water to freeze into the landmasses used as the initial landing zone in 2587. Multiple attempts have been made to try to convert the thick atmosphere into something breathable, but the process never seemed to stick. In fact, over the years, every time there's a new development in geoengineering, they test it out here, only to yield the same result. Almost 50 years ago, scientists discovered microorganisms in the very early phases of life throughout the oceans here. This caused a major uproar in the UEE, and Curtiana was immediately placed under Fair Chance Act. Unfortunately, humans had been living here for almost over 300 years, and the families that had been here for generations felt they had the right there as residents. After years of political and scientific debate, the population was allowed to stay, but under certain conditions. Future terraforming attempts have been outlawed, and the human population has been consolidated to single arcology to minimize their impact on the development and environment of whatever species is growing in the deep. Landing zone, Curtiana City, is the only city on Curtiana in the Cano system. It says it's called an arcology, but they've changed it in the lore to a city. So maybe they're going back on the lore again? I don't know. We'll see. What do you think, guys? Anyways, that's Curtiana. Third planet is this world. Cano 3. Home to a small research station looking into terraforming smog planets, so I'm sure you'll have missions here. That's all it really says. It also has an asteroid belt in Cano 4. Cano 4 is the outermost planet. But it has a name. It's called Pox. Cano 4. So they've given the planet a name. Cano 4, Pox. A large gas giant comprised of multiple bands of reds and browns. Surveys indicate the planet suffers from massive storms, some as large as thousands of kilometers in diameter. Pox. Okay, I get the name, kinda. Makes sense if it's pockmarked with storms. But, okay. Anyways, folks, I'm fixing to call it for the night. I appreciate everyone for tuning in. So, thank you. I appreciate it. And everyone, you have a wonderful night. I plan to do another live stream probably tomorrow. So, until then, see you around and have a great night, everyone. This is Axis, aka Zyra.